A look at a new segment we're calling our NewsNation Inflation Index. Each week, we're tracking everyday products your family buys. Our team has spent weeks crunching the numbers for you, so let's take a look. In the top 10 states hit hardest by inflation, the price of a gallon of 2% milk is averaging $5.32. Now, the price actually went down 23 cents from last week, but overall, the price of milk is up 16% from a year ago. Now let's take a look at a loaf of bread at those same hardest hit states. $3.81. That is up 8 cents from last week and 9% from a year ago. Joining us now to talk more about inflation, NewsNation business contributor Lydia Moynihan. Lydia, we asked last week how much lower we could go on Wall Street. Here we are today. How concerned should the average American be?
Well, I don't think Americans should be concerned, but it was an ugly day on Wall Street. We did end the day in bear market territory, which of course means we ended 20% higher than a recent high. And everyone is worried about two big issues: inflation and how the Federal Reserve responds to inflation. Of course, as was mentioned, CPI data was worse than expected on Friday, and hopes that inflation was going to decelerate, of course, did not turn out to be true. And all eyes are on what the Fed will do next. And people obviously will be paying close attention to what Jerome Powell does on Wednesday, whether he raises rates a half a point or 3/4 of a point. But I think people need to be very concerned about what sort of picture he paints. People are going to be really conscientious about the messaging. And a lot of inflation has to do with sentiment and perception. And so if consumers and executives and investors are worried inflation will continue, prices can actually accelerate on that uncertainty. So given that, I would encourage people to not worry too much about inflation and the economy.
Well, so Lydia, you're talking about a lot of it is on perception, but are we essentially in a recession, whether it meets the standard definition? Because we know Paul talked about that.
Yeah, I do want to say a lot of Wall Street executives are very worried about what's happening, and they are concerned because they feel like Jerome Powell has sort of lost the plot. They don't have faith that he's able to control what's happening in the market. So that's what we're hearing. And he, of course, has to sort of thread the needle between raising rates enough to tamp down that rampant inflation without raising rates so high that we enter into a recession. Of course, a recession is marked by typically low unemployment and shrinkage in the economy. At this point, it looks like the labor market is still very strong. And so that's a very good sign. But there are indications that there is some shrinkage. Big companies like Target and Microsoft lowered their expectations last week. And so that is seen as sort of a beginning sign of maybe, waning consumer demand and a recession potentially on the way.
All right, Lydia Moynihan, thank you for that. All right, we turn now to weather and a heat. Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.